Hey there, how are you? It's Coach Julie. You know, it's National Public Speaking Month, and I wanted to do a special video for you because I have given so many talks in my life. I think my largest audience was about 800, somewhere 800, 900. The smallest was one. Who was that? I don't know, my dog. You know, I was practicing. But anyway, lots and lots and lots of talks, lots of people. And so I wanted to share some of the best because I have to tell you, when I did my TEDx talk, that was the first time, and that was a small audience actually. That talk threw me for a loop. I got so wound up. Oh my God, I had to call my coach talk me off the cliff. And I learned a lot of really important things that I want to pass on to you today, whether you're speaking to a huge audience, a small audience, one that feels super important to you, or one where you just feel like, I got that. This all matters. So I've got 5 things for you today. So first, I want you to craft a talk that you love. That's the most important thing. And it should be a talk that has 3 to 4 key points in it, no more than that. 3 is really fantastic, but 4 is great too, that you want to leave a lasting impression on your audience. 3 or 4 key points. And remember, if they're facts, especially if they're facts, make sure that you weave in stories, because everybody, you know, they can write down a fact, but they remember stories. So if you can share a story like I shared with you about my TEDx talk, I didn't even want to tell you how my stomach was feeling, right? You'll remember it. And if you just tell the facts, they'll like, that was good, but it won't land in them the way a story really sticks to you. Also, make sure you have a great opening and a closing, and you want to memorize your opening and your closing. You can kind of fuddle through the middle of your talk, you know, your points if you forget them, and that gets to my next point, but I'll hold on for that. But you always want to memorize your opening and your closing because people really remember what you said in the beginning and at the end. So you always want to have a drop the mic moment when you're finished. All right, so a signature talk that you love, that you remember the beginning and the end, and you've got 3 to 4 key points with stories in the middle. Okay, that gets me to my next point. Practice, but don't memorize. Now, some people tell you to memorize your whole talk, and I think that's where I totally went off the rails with my TEDx talk because I tried to actually memorize it, and that's not how I give a talk. I know what the key issues and points that I want to move forward, but I don't memorize it because you've got to be in the moment, and if you're not in the moment, you're thinking about your talk and not about the people, and I think is just a recipe for disaster. So just practice it. You'll know it. You know, fingers are a great way to remember what your points are. Like have a finger or some association for each point so you don't forget what it is. And just go with it. Even if you forget, go with it. I'm sure it'll be fantastic, but don't memorize your talk because you're gonna sound like a robot, you won't have any emotion, and you won't be present. And that's where all the good juju is in the room, is when you're present, and you're engaged, and you're looking people in the eye, and they know that you're there for them. Okay, so you've got all that out of the way. Next is to know your venue. What does the room look like that you're speaking in? If you can't see it in advance in person, then ask someone to send you a picture of it or a video. And if you are going to a venue, get there the night before or 2 hours before your talk, at least an hour before your talk every single time. And see what the room looks like. You know, is it long and skinny, so you're gonna have to kind of walk this way, or is it vertical, so you gotta have to stay in the middle? You know, what does it look like? Is it small? Is it tall? I'm short. Did I say short? I meant vertically challenged. So I don't ever want to stand behind a podium. I'm just too small, and I'll just look like a talking head like that. So I always stand in front. I love to get, you know, in with the audience, except for that big, huge audience. I had to stay on the podium, but I was up high, so it didn't matter. So, but see, know, feel your space. That's gonna make you feel so much more confident and prepared. Now, speaking of confidence, don't think I'm superficial, or you can, but you gotta wear something that makes you feel good. Oh my goodness, I watched this speaker, and she actually teaches people how to speak. She is incredible, amazing. But this day, she made a big snafu. Wore this adorable dress, but it had strapless, so no straps, and she spent the whole hour pulling up her dress. And I'm pretty sure there were some wardrobe malfunctions happening in there, but that's a different video. But my point being, wear something that you're confident in. You know, if it's structured, you feel like, you know, people aren't looking at every curve or, you know, whatever you've got going on, or a dress or a suit or a shirt or even jeans, whatever is appropriate. But whatever it is, feel good in it, because you're going to present that confidence, and it's going to help you connect with the audience so they can get more out of it. Okay. So here's the last thing of number 5, and I just said connect with the audience. And if you were listening, you'd hear kind of through this whole video, I've been talking about being present so you can be with the audience. And that is what it's all about, because when you're nervous, when you're freaking out, when you're worried that you can't remember your talk or you won't do a good job, the number one thing you need to do is to stop and stop thinking about yourself, because it's all about the audience. Think about it. People took their time to sit and come, travel, and listen to you, right? They're there to receive what you have. So stop thinking about yourself and start thinking about your audience, about serving, about giving them the message that they're there to receive. Super, super powerful. Because when we remember that it's just not all about us and it's about our audience, then you can relax. And actually the outfit doesn't matter that much. Makes me feel better. But remember, it's about them. They may have even paid to come see you. So it's really about them. But even if they didn't pay money, they paid time, which is just as valuable. So take all your worry and fear and anxiety and just push it forward in service. That is the actual secret. I hope that helps. It's National Speaking Day, month, year. You know what? If you have a business, you should be speaking all the time, as often as you can, because it's really a way for clients to get to know, like, and trust you. And that's how they get to decide if they want to work with you or buy your services. Works for me a lot. So have fun with it, relax, get out there and speak. It's not that bad. All right, enjoy the month. Go speak, and you know what? Reply. Tell me, have you ever spoken in front of an audience where you were terrified but you did it anyway? Or you love speaking, or you don't love speaking, or you have questions? I'm always here for you. Okay, I'm Coach Julie. Have a super day, and I'll talk to you soon.